Hello students, welcome back about the topic kinds of sentences. In the previous two lectures, we acknowledged ourselves with the understanding of what a sentence is and the different kinds of sentences. In the previous lecture, we learned about the negative questions or the different ways of writing a negative sentence and the negative questions formation, the structure. We also understood about the rule to change polite questions. We also looked into some important exercise related to polite questions. In addition to that, we did a few sentences about changing a statement into an exclamation and keeping in mind to apply the exclamation mark without fail. Today we will be continuing with similar sentences, and then we will be proceeding with the next learning or the next exercise based on our previous learnings, where we can use what and what a. So without further ado, let's take an example and continue with what we left in the last lecture. Our topic was about change the given sentence into exclamation, of which we did 5 sentences. Today we will see 3 more sentences just for a start. The 6th one, it was very stupid of me to forget her name. Forget her name. A declarative, a simple statement type sentence which needs to be transformed into an exclamation, as we had learned earlier in the previous lecture, using the word how or what in a very wise manner. It was very stupid of me to forget her name. So here we will be taking the word how in order to write the exclamation or the exclamatory sentence. How stupid of me it was. The word will become how stupid of me it was to forget her name. So in this manner we have been able to transform it into a exclamatory sentence. How stupid of me it was to forget her name. 7th one, I wish I were young again. I wish I were young again. A simple statement type of sentence to be transformed into an exclamation using either how or what. I wish I were young again. How I wish I were young. Again, and the exclamation mark. So you are creating how I wish I were young again by writing the word how as an exclamatory or exclamation over here. How I wish I were young again. Similarly, we have the eighth one. This is a very beautiful scene. So you are describing the scene. So we will be taking the word what and not how. What a beautiful scene it was, and the exclamation mark. So just 3 sentences, 6, 7 and 8 to start up and understand what we had learned in the previous section about exclamation statements changed into exclamation. Well, let's proceed. Something that is connected to exclamation, but with regards to writing the word what and what we learned in the first part of this chapter, kinds of sentences, in the 13th lecture. So let's take a few sentences which needs to be filled with the word what or what a. What a uses a singular noun or is used before a singular noun along with a singular noun, whereas the word what is used with plural or uncountables, as I taught in the 13th lecture. So complete the given sentences or insert what a or what. Clear? Accordingly. The first one, dash grand idea, dash grand idea. You should see what an idea is. We'll be writing what a grand idea, can be written with what a, represents a singular noun. What a grand idea. When you talk about a singular noun, you write what a. Whereas if you write about plurals or uncountables, you write just what. Just have a look at the next following sentence. Grand ideas. Grand ideas you have. Here we will not be writing what a grand ideas you have, because the word ideas is a plural noun over here. Therefore, we will simply write the word what. What grand ideas you have. The third one, dash hypocrite. Hypocrite he is, and the exclamation mark. We require to put what or what a correctly. So having seen the word hypocrite, which is a singular noun. So what a hypocrite he is, utilizing the word what a over here in order to complete the exclamatory sentence. Followed by the next sentence, dash of full news. Even in the examples we had this sentence, dash of full news. What of full news or what and of full news? What of full news? It's always plural, as I had said. What of full news? News always carries the letter S inside it. So it's always meaning, it always means it is a plural. What of full news we had? So what awful news? Dash funny things you say. Dash funny things you say. So we will be writing what are funny things? No, because we have things as a plural over here. Therefore, what funny things you say would be the right word to be written in the blank. The next one, dash charming girl she is. So here, girl being a singular noun, you might have understood by now. What a charming girl she is. The seventh one, dash absurd notions he has. So, absurd notions tends to plural things. So, we will not write what a, perhaps we will write only the word what. What absurd notions he has. So, have a look at the 7 sentences where we have wisely used what a and what accordingly with the help of the rule where what a is used with singular nouns, whereas the word what is used either with a plural or uncountable, something that is not countable. Going further with our learning, in the previous lecture we learnt about negatives, the 2 ways of writing negative sentences. Also we learnt about the negatives, formation of negative questions as a structural format. So now we are going to take up an exercise where you will be finding the negative sentences with an error inside it. So you have to identify the error and rectify it and rewrite them. So let's do it. Okay, identify the error. Identify the error. In the following sentences. And try to correct them. Correct them. Let's do the first one. The first is, she has done neither her essay or her sums. Now try to locate the error that the writer has done in this sentence. Obviously you will find one. She has done neither her essay or her sums. Very easily you will be able to catch and find out, because the word neither has to be used with the appropriate pair word nor and not or. So our answer should have been or. This should have been written in this manner. She has done neither her essay nor her sums. She has done none of the two that was given to her. She hasn't done her work. So she has done neither her essay nor her sums. So here the word nor we have corrected and rewritten the sentence in the correct way. The second one, her mother cannot read nor write. Her mother cannot read nor write. Here in this sentence you will find an error too. Her mother cannot read nor write is been given. So which is not right, which is not a correct thing to say. It is incorrect to say like this. Her mother can neither read nor write, a negative way of writing. I told you we can write negatives in two different ways. We can use the cannot to write, we can also use the word can to write. So let's write it in two different ways. Her mother cannot read or write will be the correct way of writing this sentence, but we can write the same sentence in another way too. Her mother can read nor write. So we have tried to use the positive part first and then we added the negative to it. Her mother can read nor write. She can neither read nor write. The positive are trying to use the affirmative part, but the whole meaning is negative. Her mother can read nor write. None of the two things she can do. Her mother cannot read or write. So we are using her mother can neither read nor write. Her mother can neither read nor write. Her mother can neither read nor write. Well, so this is how we've been able to write both the sentences in two different ways. Both are negative by the neither nor or cannot along with the word or. So cannot and or, neither and nor. Two different ways of writing the negative of the question given to us, which was having a error inside it. The third one. He did not do nothing that was wrong. See, he did not do, then again nothing is used. As I explained that we will not be able to use two negatives in a same sentence. Here it is he did not do nothing. So it's incorrect. You cannot say so. That was wrong. It would be incorrect to say or speak such a sentence. He did not do if you are saying the negative part over here, he did not do, then I cannot use the word nothing over there, which is also a negative element over here. I'll have to change it and write he did not do anything that was wrong. So this is how we have corrected the statement. He did not do anything that was wrong. The next one. Fourth one, she has not been neither to Mumbai nor to Chennai. What an absurd sentence. She has not been neither to Mumbai Mumbai nor to Chennai. So there is a error inside this sentence. We can just find it out by the way of reading. She has not been neither to Mumbai. Where not been is used, then why should we use neither over there? So we'll have to correct it and write it in one of these ways. She has neither been to Mumbai nor Chennai. She has neither been to Mumbai nor to Chennai. So she has neither been to Mumbai nor to Chennai. The next one. He cannot play either hockey or football. He cannot play either hockey or football. In this sentence too, you will find an error. He cannot play either hockey or football, either or. So he cannot play, again cannot is used over here. He cannot play. So we will have to correct this negative word over here. So we are trying to say that he can play one of the two games. So we will be writing he can play and not writing cannot play. He can play with the choice given to us either hockey or football. Then the sentence would mean correct. It had a incorrect meaning out of it. He cannot play either hockey or football, where either or was showing a kind of a choice being made. So for that we need to write he can play either hockey or football. A choice is being given over here. The next one. We cannot stay here no longer. We cannot stay here and then no longer. Yes, merely by reading the sentence you must have got the idea by now that it contains an error, cannot and no. We can't have both these negative elements together in the sentence. It makes it an incorrect thing to speak. We can stay here no longer, or we cannot stay here any longer. If you are using the word cannot, then the word no will be changed to any, and if you are writing can, then we will be able to continue with the word no longer. So we will be able to write we can stay here no longer, because we've used the positive sense first. We can stay, but how much? No longer. Or I write we cannot stay here by putting the word any longer. Then both mean the same. So we've been able to write the given incorrect statement, incorrect or erroneous. It had an error inside. So erroneous we can say. An erroneous statement in two different negative forms. Okay. So I hope by now you must have understood how to change, how to find out the errors and write negative sentence in two different ways in most of the places. Still two more before we get along with the next thing to understand. seventh one, you must not never lie or cheat. How absurd or weird the sentence is. You must not never lie or cheat. So here you see the word not and never again given together over here, which is incorrect way of speaking or writing. We will be able to write this in this correct form. You must, when you are saying you must, you write you must what? You must never lie or cheat, would be the correct way of saying this statement or this sentence. If I want to use the word not, then I need to change the word never into a different word, and that is you must not ever. The never will now become ever. You must not ever lie or cheat. So you see the two different ways in which we can write a negative statement, a negative sentence in the using the one single negative word inside it. But here the question was completely wrong. Must, not and never. Not, never cannot be used together. They can be used in this given manner. The eighth sentence, there was anybody present that time? There was anybody present that time? So can we say there was anybody present that time? No, anybody doesn't sound correct over here. It's absolutely wrong. There was nobody present at that time. You mean to say there was no one over there. So we will be writing there was nobody present there was nobody present at that time. Would be the correct way of writing the given sentence. There was nobody present at that time. This makes the sentence correct. Well, these were 8 sentences that you learned how to write in the correct order, identifying the errors and writing in the 2 negative waves in most of the sentences. Let's get along with the topic about negative questions. Let's do the first one, and to understand that, negative questions can be answered, as I explained in the last lecture, in the yes or no manner, with the example, is it not cold? Isn't it cold? So we can write yes, it is, no, it is not. A few examples of that type. A negative questioning. Answer the following negative questions For example, the first one, if a question is being asked, are you not well? So you have a look at this word not given to you in this, where a negative question is being asked. You mean to say it expected, are you not well? When someone asks you this question, they expect an answer from you, yes, I am not well. But it is not necessary that you will give this answer, not well. It could be, no, I am well. Both the things could be there. So when a question like this is asked, are you not well, which is a negative question, the general expectation of a listener or the person who is expecting an answer would be a positive one, that yes, you are not well. So we can write this in two ways. Yes, I am not well, where we are giving a yes no type answer, or this is a yes no type question, so you get a yes no answer. Or you may write, no, I am no, yes, I am well. You may say yes, I am well when you want to say that you are good. No, I am not well. So, are you not well? Question being asked. So, person expecting to say, no, I am not well, or yes, I am well. When you want to say you are good enough, you say yes, I am well. When you want to say you are not good enough, you are not well, no, I am not well. The yes, no answers to a negative question generally asked. Let's take one more. Are you not in a hurry? So when a question is being asked, are you not in a hurry? Someone is trying to tell you that you are actually in a hurry, and then he's asking a question. Are you not in a hurry? You were in a hurry for some time ago, and now you're saying, are you not in a hurry? So you can give probable two answers. Yes, I am in a hurry, when you want to give a positive reply, and no, I am not in a hurry. Two possible answers that one could give. But the expected answer is, are you not in a hurry? Yes, I am in a hurry is the most expected answer when such a question is asked. One more example. Third one. Have you done your homework? A question. Have you done your homework? Beginning with the word have, auxiliary verb. Have you done your homework? Yes. You may answer this similarly. Yes, if you have done it. Yes, I have done my homework. And if not, you will write, no, I haven't, or I have not done my homework. Clear? So these were the three examples that we learned about using the yes no questions. Could be answered with yes or no, probably, which one would expect. Going further with the understanding of this topic, that is kinds of sentences, let's finally put our hands on the understanding about a few questions that were incorrectly written by a person. So we'll try to help him out to correct it. This will also help us to understand how questions can be written correctly. So we are going to correct a few questions, question statements, which will help us finally to understand the questioning part of this topic. The person is Tara. Tara has made some mistakes while putting up some questions given to her, or while questioning. So let's see what mistakes she has made while asking questions, and we'll try to correct those questions. So imagine you are trying to check Tara's work. Tara has made some mistakes. While writing the following questions. So you got to imagine and help her to rewrite correctly. Rewrite them correctly. So let's do it. First one, it is, at what time you returned home last night? This is what she wrote. At what time you returned home last night? She wrote this question and gave it to her teacher. This question is not correct. It is not correct to ask a question like this. At what time you returned home at night? It should be asked in this manner. At what time did you return home last night? This would be appropriate to ask rather than asking at what time you returned home at night. No, that was incorrect. At what time did you return home last night? That's the correct sentence to be written. At what time did you return home last night? Okay, let's take the second example. What Tara has made mistake. Why you did not tell the truth? That is what she speaks and that is what she writes. What you did not why you did not tell the truth. So you see, why you did not tell the truth. Can you ask a question like this? Why you did not tell the truth? No. So this is not the right way to ask a question. She has made a mistake in asking such a question. So let us help her correct the question and write it. Why did you not? So you did is wrong, so we are correcting it. Did you? Why did you not tell the truth? This is what she should have written. Tara should have written, which she wrote incorrectly. Why you did not. The right one is, why did you not tell the truth? So I hope this is helping us to understand how to write questions correctly. Let's see the third error that Tara has made while writing a question. In which drawer you found the letter? In which drawer you found the letter? Is that correct to ask a question? Is that the right way to ask a question? Not really. In which drawer you found the letter? We will be writing it in this manner. In which drawer did you, we need to apply the word did over here. Did you find, the found word will change to find the letter. This is the correct way of asking the given question, which Tara should have done, which she hasn't. In which drawer did you find the letter? This is the right way of asking. The incorrect way she has asked. Let's see the next one. The fourth one. what wrong I have done to deserve this punishment. So, a question are asked with an incorrectness. What wrong I have done to deserve this punishment? No, she shouldn't have asked like this. She should have asked like this, in this way. What wrong I have is incorrect. What wrong have I done? Have I done to deserve this punishment? So, she had incorrectly used the word have I as I have, which was the mistake. The whole sentence is, what wrong have I done to deserve this punishment? This was the correct question that she should have asked. Moving with the next one, number 5. How many women, just have a look at the pronunciation. The word is not women but women. There are in the Lok Sabha. There are in the Lok Sabha. So, this question too, she has asked incorrectly. So, let's make it correct. How many women there are? This is the mistake. We should not say there are. We will say are there. And then it becomes a correct question. How many women are there, which makes the question in the Lok Sabha? She should have asked in this manner to make a correct question. How many women are there in the Lok Sabha? This would be the right one. Taking a few more examples before we come to the end of this session. The 6th one, how far the station is from the post office? How far the station is from the post office? So, in this sentence too, she has committed an error. She's made an error. Tara has made an error. How far the station is from the post office? It should have been written like this. How far is the station? When she is asking a question, it should have been is the station and not the station is. How far is the station? Otherwise it becomes a declarative form and not an interrogative form. How far is the station from the post office? So this is how we have helped Tara to correct 6 of her sentences. Let's see in the 2 more sentences what mistakes she has committed and finally help her to finish her work. Number 7. What time it is? What time it is? She wants to ask us what time is it? And she is asking what time it is. And you don't say what time it is. she needs to ask, when she wants to ask about time, what time is it? What time is it? And not what time it is. Because she wants to ask a question and not tell us the time. So what time is it by your watch? What time is it in the clock? Something like that, if we add to that question. Finally, the eighth statement that she might have written incorrect. What size, color, shape you want? What size, color, shape you want? She has asked a question accordingly. So do you think it's correct? The three things she has asked for: size, color and shape. This you have learned in one of the previous chapters about ordering adjectives. So try to find out the eighth answer for yourself. Okay? With this, I hope you must have understood many things about kinds of sentences and the related things that I tried to teach. Till then, see you once again. Goodbye.